Hey, everybody, and welcome back. You know, when I first started sharing my treasure hunt solves online, I get this question a lot. Why are you putting this out there? Are you afraid someone will take your idea and run with it? And I get it. That's the way many treasure hunters probably think. Keeping everything close, don't let anyone see your cards. But that's not what this channel's about. For me, the joy of this whole adventure isn't just chasing boxes. It's in the process. It's in the discussions, the back and forth, and the chance to look at the hunt from fresh angles. You know, I enjoy doing this, and sharing it is part of what makes this so fun for me. So today, in this video, I want to explain why I share my solves with you, and why I don't keep them all to myself. Because I think it matters not just for me, but for how all of us approach this hunt. You know, every time I sit down to record, I have to organize my thoughts. I have to line up the pieces in a way that makes sense not just to me, but to you watching at home. And in doing that, I often spot the weak links in my own chain of logic. So in a way, selfishly, by sharing with you, I'm actually testing myself. If I can explain it clearly, it usually means the idea is stronger. If I stumble or have to hedge too much, that tells me I need to dig deeper. Sharing isn't a risk. It's actually one of the best tools I've got for refining my solve. And if you're curious how I actually break down the chapters, well, you're in luck. I've got another video where I'll walk through my entire process, breaking down the clues, breaking down the chapters, all in detail. That way, you can see exactly how I build the foundation before I ever hit record and publish for you to watch. One of the most important things in this hunt to me is perspective. We all come from different backgrounds, with different ways of thinking. Sometimes someone in the community will put out something that I completely missed. If it's a word, a map detail, or maybe even a historical tie-in. You know, I don't see that as competition. I see that as collaboration. Because none of us is smarter than all of us together. And honestly, if my video sparks an idea for you, or if your comment sparks a new angle for me, that means we're both moving the ball forward. That's worth way more to me than sitting on an idea and hoping I'm the only one who ever sees it. There are a lot of great creators out there, and I watch them regularly. I don't miss a show. But what I try to do here is give you a more detailed look into my process. Not just the finished solve, but the step-by-step through trial and error. That way you're not just hearing a theory. You're working off the same information that I am. You can follow my reasoning, agree with it or not, or even challenge it. But you always know how I got there. That's what makes our approach so unique. Now, I'd be lying if I said I don't want to find a box. Of course I do. But I've always come to realize that the joy is in the chase, in the details, in the late night note taking, in the aha moments that don't always pan out. Sharing those moments doubles the enjoyment for me. It makes the whole thing richer. I know some people might worry, but if you tell folks your location, won't they just get there first? And I always want to come back to this. Being near the spot and actually recognizing the final clue are two different things. A solve is more than just an X on a map for me. It's a journey of reasoning. And the person who puts in all the work and who puts it all together and shows up on site earns that win. One more reason I share is simple. I want to be transparent. I don't want to dangle mysteries in front of you or act like I've got secret knowledge hidden all away. What you see on this channel is what I'm actually working with. And to me, that builds trust. You know, when you click play on one of our videos, or you subscribe or like, you're getting the real deal. Not some polished hindsight solve, but the actual process we're in the middle of. I'd rather be known as a guy who puts his cards on the table than the one who kept everything locked away. So, will someone ever use something I've shared and find a box before me? Perhaps. But honestly, I still feel like I won, because I wasn't just hunting treasure. I was helping build a community around the chase. I enjoyed this way too much to keep it all bottled up. Sharing the solves, the stumbles, the wild theories, that's where the fun lives. That's why I do it. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you keep your ideas close to the chest? Or do you share them with others? Drop that in the comments, let me know, because that's where the best part of this hunt usually happens, when we all put our minds together. With that, thank you for watching, and as always, stay safe, stay curious, and stay tuned. Goodbye for now.